And now to security. Stakeholders have stressed the need for the Nigerian military to adopt innovative technologies and proactive strategies in the fight against the overlapping security challenges bedeviling the country. These were the issues brought forth at a two-day conference organized by the Defense Headquarters in Abuja, the nation's capital. Speaking at the event, the Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, and other key stakeholders called on the military to ensure that training and operations of troops align with Nigeria's national security objectives to defeat the enemies of the state. The report.
It's been decades since Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, has been battling with complex security challenges, from terrorism to banditry, kidnapping, herder-farmer conflicts, and extremist insurgency. Almost every region of the country has experienced a series of violent crimes. As part of efforts to enhance military readiness in the battle against non-state actors terrorizing the country, top military officials, experts, and stakeholders have converged on Abuja to brainstorm and proffer solutions to modern challenges in warfare. Speaking at the event with the theme, Performance-Oriented Training and Trends in the Contemporary Operating Environment, the Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, noted that addressing the country's security threats requires adopting forward-looking strategies based on rigorous training, interagency coordination, and real-time adaptation to emerging doctrines and technologies.
We are in an era where threats to national security are no longer confined to traditional state actors or conventional battlefield engagements. Instead, we are increasingly faced with asymmetric threats, hybrid warfare, cyber aggression, terrorism, insurgency, transnational organized crime, and other non-traditional challenges that demand more than just tactical responses. To address those threats effectively, the armed forces of Nigeria must adopt forward-looking strategies grounded in rigorous training, interagency collaboration, and real-time adaptation to new doctrines and technologies. The success of any military institution depends not just on the caliber of its personnel or the sophistication of its equipment, but on the quality, relevance, and sustainability of its training level.
In his remarks, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, highlighted the need to build resilience among members of the armed forces, while assuring that the armed forces will continue to review its operational techniques, training manuals, and curriculum to meet the demands of contemporary security threats.
First headquarters, in coordination with the Ministry of Defense, is taking proactive steps to institutionalize the outcomes of this conference. Sometime next week, we'll be graduating the first 800 Special Forces team training to face the challenges we're undergoing. And the training is very comprehensive. All being led by the Minister of Defense. I want to thank the Honorable Minister for building up those platforms. And I think this is the first phase. We're going to go into these phases, and we intend to deploy them in bulk. We have realized that deploying them in pieces also creates that weakness that we see. And they must go as a force that stay together, that understand each other. Because from experience, a fighting force must be able to understand themselves. If you bring them from different areas, loyalties and commitments are not as when it is a unit that is fighting.
The conference also featured presentations from defense experts, including the immediate past Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabor, retired, who spoke on global trends in military trainings, including the use of artificial intelligence and other innovative security approaches to mitigate emerging security challenges in Nigeria's armed forces.
The armed forces possesses strong prospects for transformation, driven by existing institutions such as the Land Forces Provision Center and the increasing attention to the indigenous research and development initiatives. To address the identified challenges, this paper proposed some strategies
The first is, of course, to increase the manpower development through the instructor development, which I touched on, and to address the challenge of shortfall and qualified manpower, as well as the establishment of the training and doctrine coordination committee, which also touched on. And I believe that it's a central body that will harmonize training policies, doctrine and development, infrastructure investment, as well as technological innovations across the three services. Others are instituting joint defense field exercises program for the armed forces, enhancing the capacity of civilian oversight for defense training related concerns, establishing a military tech hub, and ensuring the reorientation of the services on the imperatives of the new approaches to training, amongst others.
Highlights of the event was an interactive session and the presentation of souvenirs and awards to guests.